Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be doing a 20-minute logo redesign challenge doing the Levi's logo. Let's get started. So I've gone ahead and set up a couple of things here just for reference. I've got their current logo, and then I also got this graphic right here. And the red that they're using right now is this red from this bottom logo, but I think that I might try to do something with this darker red color, and I really do like it a lot. So I've only got 20 minutes to do this, so let me go ahead and set a timer. And let's get started. Okay, so first thing that we've got to figure out is, the color. So I'm gonna go ahead and just grab that color from there. I really do like this color a lot. And so this shape actually comes from this this little shape right here in this original graphic. I'm not sure exactly what it's meant to represent. It kind of looks like it might be the, just kind of the shape of the jeans, like especially on the top, or it could be the top of the pocket. I'm not really sure. I didn't really do a whole lot of research into this while doing this, because obviously this is not, Levi's is not paying me to do this. So I'm just gonna play around and see what font I think is gonna look best. Now, just like their current one, I think that a nice blocky font will do the trick here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do two instances here. I do like that lowercase e at the bottom, so I want to see these changes happen at the same time. So let's go over here, and I am gonna stick with a sans serif. So let's go ahead and filter that. And I'm just gonna scroll through and see what I like whenever I come up on this. I'd like some kind of a blocky text. I do like Avenir a lot. Let's see what their, maybe the heavy one right there or something like that. Although it's not as heavy as I'd like it to be. Okay, black is actually a little bit heavier, so I think I might go with that. And type is, the type is just one part of this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to figure out some kind of shape. It may be inspired by this, but I definitely, that's a very simple shape right there. I may try to do something with maybe like 45-degree angles or something like that, because that's what denim looks like. I had thought about possibly changing the color from red to blue because, blue jeans, but I do like that red up against the blue on the jeans themselves. So let's do this. I do like the lowercase e here. However, I'm not a fan of that apostrophe, so I think that I might try to find a different apostrophe here. So let's go through and see what we've got. That's interesting. I actually do like that. Let's see. I think that it, I'm going to go with it because I think that it complements it really well. So let's go ahead and outline that, and I'm going to rotate it. Okay, let's get rid of this apostrophe. All right, so sometimes it works to your advantage if a logo has, an odd number or an even number. Here I was hoping to do something like a square, and I think you could easily do something like that, but I think that I'm just gonna stick with I'm really just winging this. I have no plan whatsoever, so it's kind of fun, like especially going with the time limit. I've only got 20 minutes to do this, so let's do this. Let's make all of these same height. The only thing that I'm worried about is I'm worried that this could possibly end up looking too close to the original. I think I might like that. I might decrease it just a little bit. What if we went down to 1 or... Okay, I think that's good. Let's tighten this text up a little bit. Okay. think I might move it in a little bit more. Yeah. Okay, so as of right now, they're all the same height. So I just want to kind of do a checkpoint and see where we are. Okay, I do like this. However, I think that we need to, because we enlarge that lowercase e, we do need to thicken up these letters just a little bit. That S is going to be fun, isn't it? Maybe I'll just leave it the way it is. Or maybe I'll just add a stroke to it. So we'll go just a little bit thicker for this so that everything just kind of matches. If this were a paid project, obviously I would be spending a lot more time on thickening up these letters. Okay, I think that looks good. Okay. All right, the type itself I think is looking good. And that lowercase e is pretty cool. I think what I might do is I might... Let me expand my artboard. Oops, need to do that. There we go. And we'll create a couple of instances here so that way we can play around with some color. What about if we did something like that, where the lowercase e is just red, and maybe something like this, where we have all of the letters be white, and maybe the e is black. Let's see what that looks like. I'm not really a big fan of that. You know what? It's so funny, actually. I'm reading this as evils because of the colors. It's funny how that works. But the E, highlighting that E makes it look like the E appears first. So we're gonna go away from that concept because we don't want this to be read as evils. It's so funny, even though the letters are out of place, that's what it looks like when you put those colors on. At least to me, it does. And I always say that, you know, if it looks that way to me, it's got to look that way to somebody else. So I'm not that unique. All right, so they are based out of San Francisco. What if we do this? Let's grab the red, and I wonder how it would look. If you're ever curious on how something looks, just go ahead and try it. You never know if it's going to work. It may work, it may not, but at least you said you tried. And I'm going to make... Let's just take it all the way up to 3 inches, okay? And what we can do is we'll draw a box right outside of that, exactly the same size as the copy. Go to your center for your anchor point. Add 1 inch of margin around it. And now let's grab everything but that box, and maybe we'll just make it white text. Okay. So I like that, actually. What I think we might be able to do is we might be able to preserve that curve, preserve the curve. I like that. So if we do arc lower, I like the -20 right there. So I think that looks good. Just in theory, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and adjust the text and everything. But basically, you know, I haven't really given Levi's their current logo that much thought. But every time I look at this logo, I just see a butt at the bottom of the logo. So I think we can help to kind of clear that up. We can still maintain the curves, you know, preserve the curves, and we can still have that curve in there and still give some of their identity. Like, we can preserve their identity. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. All right, so what we'll do is I'm gonna I'm gonna add more margin here, so probably like quite a bit more. So we end up having 3 inches of, 1.5 inches of margin around all sides. Okay, so we'll try this, and then of course we will move this up. So at this point, I'm pretty happy with that type. So let's move it up. And this is a little trick that I like to do. So draw a box from here all the way down to the highest point of the curve. And then you can align your text vertically with that. And then we'll make sure that it is centered. Okay, I think that's a good iteration right there. It's still nice and clean. What if that's interesting? Okay, so we've got a couple of options here, and let's do this. I wonder, I mean, you know, like I said earlier, just try it. That's interesting. I like that. You know, we're kind of going from the pointed corners there to a little bit more rounded. However, rounded all the way around, it kind of makes it look like a toy company. So maybe just maybe pointed on the top and then curved on the bottom. Oops, I did not mean to do that. And I'm gonna go ahead, you know, let's grab the type out of here just so we can make sure we preserve that. I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out. Oh, I gotta expand the appearance first. There we go. Okay, do the same thing over here. Knock that out so that way we can copy this over. And it also works in black. And if you wanted to do like, if you wanted to put something on a red background or a black background, something like that, then it can easily work in white as well. And that's definitely something that you want to make sure when you're doing your logos, is to make sure that it works in color, in all black and in all white, and then also in grayscale if you're doing some kind of a, you know, printing and publication or something like that. And you definitely want to make sure that you set your actual color. So, you know, don't just say, oh, just do gray. Like, give them an actual hex value for that. So I like that. I like the rounded on the bottom. So this is kind of like calling to their current logo, and it's preserving that idea that's there. Let's check on time. Okay, I've got 7 minutes left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try something a little bit different. And we're going to get away from the sans serif. And this time I want to go for something a little bit more vintage or retro looking. So I was thinking of maybe like a slab serif. That Clarendon is nice. And so is the Fantabular. I don't remember that. Okay, that's cool. I like the HWT slab. That E is really cool. However, just out of curiosity, I want to see what they're... No, I don't like that lowercase e. Okay. So something like this. Let's set this to optical, and we will play around with this kerning a little bit. I actually like the idea of spacing out quite a bit for this. So why don't we do something like this? Yeah, let's go to the tracking instead of the kerning. Okay, maybe not that much, but what we'll do is I'm going to see if, okay, there are no other options for that apostrophe. I'm not too big on that apostrophe, but for the sake of time, you know what? Let me go ahead and do it. And I'll see if I can find another slab serif apostrophe that I like, that I think would go well with this. That's interesting. It can kind of be like a reference to a rivet. Oh, okay. I think I'm going to go with that one. Okay, so we'll get first. I'm going to. I think I'm happy with this font right here. So what I'm going to do is convert it all to outline. We'll get rid of that. Let's ungroup that. Get rid of the apostrophe. Okay, yeah, this is looking cool. I like this. Let's align everything to the top. And I am going to just eyeball this because I don't have much time. I'd like to do at least something with this concept. Turn off my align to snap to grid so that I can move these around a lot easier. That's coming out a little bit too far. Maybe we'll kind of back it off a little bit. Anything with curves is gonna kind of mess you up a little bit when you're trying to align to like a certain amount. Unless you have a monospace font, then you're fine. But I kind of like this, and I said earlier that I wanted to try something with like a 45-degree pattern. So let's do something like this. Maybe I can... No, we need more space than that. Half inch, maybe? Okay, that's good. And this is really just kind of getting that general concept of these, of this pattern. And we're gonna put it, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a mask and put it inside of the actual font itself. So the first thing that we got to do is we've got to make this a compound path. Okay, so then we'll center this. Sorry, I gotta throw this to the background. Let's make this red. That's weird. Compound path? Why is it just doing the apostrophe? That's really interesting. Oh, okay. Let's unite that together. I think I know what's going on now. There we go. There we go. Sorry, it took me a little bit. Okay, so for something like that, obviously that's not very legible. So I like the overall concept of that, but I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to really, really tight, make those extra tight. And probably bring up the, and actually since I like this, I'm going to go ahead and stick that right there. All right, so now let's make this nice and tight. Okay, it doesn't have to be that tight. There needs to be some kind of spacing in between. Okay, I think that should do us just fine. I know that I'm running out of time. I don't know how much time I have left. Interesting. So you could easily do this as, you know, like it doesn't have to be the red all the time. You know, you can definitely do black or something like that. And you'd probably be better off doing, maybe we'll do this. Path, we'll offset the path. At this point, I'm just kind of spitballing here, but I think that you could easily do something with this overall concept. Maybe you would have to like probably bring this down to maybe 25% or something. That way you still, okay. So why don't we just do this? Why don't we just make them blue? I mean, it is denim, right? So you could do something like this. Obviously you would, you know, kind of tweak the type and everything. But I think that between the two, I really do like that slab serif. And I really like this concept right here. So what we've done is we've taken we've taken that original concept that they're using right now, and we've gotten rid of the butt out of there, and we've got that curve going in, and they could easily use one of two of these right here. So you got the curve. This is sharp on all edges, which kind of maintains that. But you could also do something like this where it's rounded on the bottom. And you know what? You could even do this. Let me move this over here, and we could bring these anchor points away, maybe like a 1/4 inch that way, and then a 1/4 inch that way. Although that is creating a little curve there. Okay, my time is up. Okay, so with something like this, you know, you could easily go in and adjust this, or you could even do something kind of like that, you know, but then it's getting a little bit unnecessary, I think. I think that my favorite one is probably, I don't know, I really do like the curves at the bottom, the rounded corners right here, and then that curve going up, and then the straight corners on the top. I think that one works really well, and it's still a nod to the original. So that's what I would go with. Thank you so much for joining me today on this logo redesign. If you haven't checked it out yet, please check out the Prudential redesign right there. And if you like this video, please hit that like button and hit subscribe, and it'll keep more videos like this coming to you. Thanks a lot for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.